This is Kim Newlove, host of the Pharmacist Voice podcast. Thank you for joining me for episode 82. If you're new to the show, welcome. I alternate solo shows and interview shows. The solo shows are about my career change from pharmacist to voice actor, and the interview shows feature a variety of people who use their voices to advocate, educate, or entertain. Today's episode is about some major changes I made last month in January. I don't know about you, but change makes me uncomfortable. I survived, though, and I grew because of it. Now I'm all set for 2021. Bring on the projects. I don't like to bury the lead, so here's the short list of what I did. Number 1, I stopped drinking coffee. Number 2, I removed 100% of my VoiceOver projects and podcasts from my laptop and saved them on an external hard drive. Number 3, I updated the operating system on my laptop. Number 4, I updated my audio recording software, also known as my DAW or Digital Audio Workstation. Number 5, I upgraded my audio repair software, which ironically is called RX. Number 6, I changed my audio interface. And finally, number 7, I had to ask for help because I didn't know how to do some of this stuff on my own. Now I'll elaborate on everything I just said. First of all, I stopped drinking coffee. Why would I do that? Well, I have acid reflux, and coffee was making it worse, to the point that I felt like my voice was affected. To me, my voice sounded strained and hoarse at times. When did I give up coffee? It was around January 8th, 2021. Today is Friday, February 5th, so that was about a month ago. Has my voice improved? You tell me. I'm really interested in your opinion. Use the contact form on my website or the voicemail button on my contact page. Let me know what you think. What was it like giving up coffee? Just in case you were wondering, it was unpleasant. I had headaches for at least a week, and I felt tired all of the time for about 2 weeks. I wanted to fall asleep throughout the day. Plus, I really missed it. I love coffee. It smells great. It tastes great. It makes me feel great. Did I trigger you? You might be listening to this and want a cup of coffee right now. I am trying to go without it until May 1st. At all, not even casually. No coffee until May 1st. That's my goal. Again, this is an experiment to see if my acid reflux improves and if my voice sounds better, stronger, less hoarse without the coffee for a few months. It was tough giving up coffee. I didn't have coffee to look forward to in the mornings anymore. And I'm also one of these people that likes coffee and sweets. I find myself missing coffee when I eat sweets, especially cookies. I needed something to look forward to in the mornings instead of coffee, so I started getting up earlier to work out in my basement. I found a YouTube channel called The Body Project. They have simple, low-impact cardio workout routines I can do in 30 minutes or less with little or no equipment. That's my new coffee. That's my new simple pleasure. I look forward to getting up and working out. I don't know about you, but I've been working out much less since COVID started. Not only do I need the exercise, but I also look forward to these simple workouts just as much as I looked forward to drinking coffee. Next, I'm going to talk about a lot of techie stuff. In any industry, a certain lingo goes with the territory. For example, in healthcare, we have products that go by unusual names. The general public might not recognize them. If you're in healthcare, you'll recognize these IV products. D5.9 with 20, banana bags, PCAs, and TPNs. Where am I going with this? This is just a heads up that I'm going to use some lingo that I only know because of my voiceover industry background. This story is actually a domino effect tale, so it's going to start off general and get really specific. I have a MacBook Air laptop. That's what I use to record 80% of my audio projects. My disk was full. I didn't have any more room on the machine for additional projects. I removed everything and put it on a portable hard drive to free up room for this year's projects, 2021. I also had to save the entire laptop contents because the next thing I did was upgrade my operating system from Mojave to Big Sur. I totally missed the upgrade to Catalina. I put it off too long and I missed it entirely. When I asked my husband to help me upgrade my operating system, I thought we would have a choice between Catalina and Big Sur, but we didn't. The computer upgraded directly to Big Sur. The good news is, it went off without a hitch. But then, I had to upgrade my recording software from version 4 to version 5 because of compatibility issues. This is where the story gets scary for me. My DAW is called Studio One Artist. DAW is short for Digital Audio Workstation. In plain English, this is my recording software. I use it to record, edit, and produce MP3 files and other audio files, like WAV files. The upgrade to the software was easy enough to buy from Sweetwater.com. By the way, I highly recommend Sweetwater if you're buying recording or editing software. Their website is easy to use and the customer service is fantastic. Installing the software took time, but it really wasn't that difficult. Upgrading my audio repair software, which ironically is called RX, was trickier. Why was it trickier? Well, it's not an update, it's an upgrade. I had to say goodbye to RX7 because it doesn't work with my laptop's new operating system, and say hello to RX8. Setting up the new version is not something I wanted to tackle alone. It's been well over a year since I set up RX7, and I didn't really remember anything about setting it up. I really need it, too. It removes my mouth noises and clicks, which can be really distracting to listeners and very much unwanted by clients. This is the part of the story when I did something I have a hard time with. I asked for help. There's a go-to guy, or guru, for Studio One Artist and RX. His name's Don Baarns. He knows Studio One and RX better than anyone else I know. I wanted to make sure I had everything set up right on Studio One version 5 and RX8, so I booked some time with him. I care very much about getting everything set up right. It makes a big difference in my workflow and audio quality. How do I know Don? I'm part of his Studio One and RX Facebook communities. Those are the first places I go to research issues I'm having and get support. When I'm in over my head like I was this time, I book time with Don and get support from him. Having a relationship with Don over the past 2 years has helped me so much. He knows what he's doing, and I trust him with my machines. Saving time saves me money in the long run. Plus, he's fun to work with, really patient, and a great teacher. If you have Studio One or RX and need help, I would highly recommend joining those Facebook groups. I'll put a link in the show notes. Or book some time with Don. I'll put a link to him in the show notes as well. Back to the story. What did Don do for me? He made sure Studio One and RX were set up right on my MacBook Air and my iMac. Plus, I switched audio interfaces. For about 3 years, I used a Focusrite Scarlett Solo, but I wanted to try the Presonus Studio 2.6 that I had in storage. I only had it around because I planned to use it for in-person podcast interviews so I could hook up 2 XLR microphones at a time. Healthcare people listening to this, an audio interface connects an XLR microphone, 1, or XLR microphones, 2 or more, to a computer. XLR is a different connection than USB. Why would I change my audio interface in the first place? The better question is, why wouldn't I? The same people who make my recording software, Studio One, also make the audio interface that I wanted to switch to, the Presonus Studio 2.6. Some people call it a Presonus Studio 26. Either way, it's the same machine. I've heard that the two play really nicely together electronically, so I decided to make the switch. I had Don walk me through everything I needed to make the switch. We also downloaded a universal control to check for updates. Nothing was new, so I just hooked everything up and started recording after our call ended. Everything worked great. Don, I don't know if you're ever going to listen to this, but I want you to know how much I appreciate everything you did for me. Thank you so much. Don was my hero during all these changes. As a newbie in the voiceover industry, this was my first time that I ever updated my DAW, RX, my operating system, and my audio interface at the same time. It was scary. But like I said in the beginning of the podcast, even though all this updating and upgrading made me feel uncomfortable, I survived, and I grew because of it. I'm all set for 2021, and the next time I have to update and upgrade, it won't be so scary. In closing, it's okay not to know everything. Being a second career professional in any industry can be scary. I'm making the switch from pharmacist to voice actor. Here's some advice for you if you're going through something new or something scary. Use your talents, do your research, build relationships, and ask for help when you need to. In the end, you'll figure it out, and you'll do amazing things. If I can do it, you can do it. Thank you for joining me for episode 82 of the Pharmacist Voice podcast. Visit thepharmacistvoice.com to subscribe and read the show notes. I provided links to all the products and websites mentioned, including Don Baarns' websites and Facebook groups. Have a great weekend.